I'm going to show you a couple of the presents I got for Christmas. And I've got the 12 Days of Christmas quilt out from last year, and I'm going to put together some of the 4 squares to make the bigger blocks. And what I must say is thank you so much for all the lovely suggestions that keep coming in. I really, really appreciate them. And for now, I'm just going to pop off now, off to Slimming World, and I'll catch you when I get back. Good morning, and welcome to the 7th day of Christmas. I did record just a little tiny bit yesterday, as you could see, a tiny, tiny, tiny bit, but I think that I have to realise I'm not Superwoman, and I made one heck of a mistake 2 days ago. I had a lovely time and I survived, but if I do that again, I need to make certain I have a day to do nothing. Going for a long dog walk, well, in fact, going for a long walk into Epping, and then going for a long dog walk, and then driving home in the dark, is going to tire me out. Anyhow, I have slept it off. I just couldn't sleep on Wednesday evening. I don't know why. I think all the lovely comments and suggestions were going round and round in my mouth, and Poppy and Maggie were determined to sleep on top of me, which made sleeping a little bit more difficult. But here we are, 2 days later, and I'm awake, and I'm going to the racecourse. I'm not 100%, I have to say. I think I might have caught the cold that's going around. I've done so many lateral flow tests. I think life is a lateral flow test at the moment, you know, it's just one of those things. And it's negative. I've done them every day this week and they've all come back negative. So I'm fairly confident. But my plan this morning is I'm going to go to the racecourse. I'm going to walk Poppy and Maggie, just give them a blast, because they've not had their racecourse blast for a few days and they do like it. Then I'm going to go and have a quick cup of coffee with Hannah and Michael and wish them a happy new year. I can't see them tonight because Hannah's really good school friend, who lives in Australia, has got out of Australia and she is here. So Amy is with them for New Year's Eve and she's staying overnight, and Hannah and Michael are beside themselves. And although Michael well, Hannah has met him more, Michael hasn't really met Gil, Amy's husband, much. When they do, they get on like a house on fire, so they are looking forward to a really lovely weekend, New Year's Eve evening. So, it's New Year's Eve. It's mild. It is outside at the moment, it's 15 degrees. Still a bit grey, but there's the odd blue cloud I can report. So I'm going to stop you now and I'll pick you up on the racecourse. This is my life on the racecourse. The black one barks at the other one continually. The tricolour doesn't retrieve the ball. Come on, Max, bring it back! Come on! Oh dear. Why we have to go and do that, I really don't know. Absolute nutcases. The racecourse is looking very fine. It is sunny. It is not grey. It's sunny. There's the markers on. She's done some absolutely fantastic recall on the racecourse. Okay. Well, what a wonderful trip to Bugweeds. I managed to get in before the end of Rebecca's Christmas New Year sale, and I've won a Tilly and the Buttons pattern. And I think I've got the Martha dress. I'll put a picture of whichever one it is just in here. I'm not really a great Tilly and the Buttons sewer. I haven't done a lot of her patterns. So there you go. That will give me an excuse to have a go, won't it? So I looked at all the ones. I do want to do the Billy sweatshirt. That is one I do know I want to do. But this particular dress, it's got some really nice features. Look at this, I'm drawing on myself. It's got dart lines, really nice dart lines and seams. Now, if it is a stretch fabric, I will use a flat lock. If it's not, I might go over the top of the seams and use a decorative like a decorative stitch, just to give it the definition. I mean, it's shown in yellow on the pattern envelope, and you can see these beautiful black lines on there. It's really very, very stunning. So there you go. I'm getting quite excited about it already. I've never won a pattern before. I was so excited, so very excited. But I have bought some bumbleberries blenders, and I have bought yet some more cloudberries. I know I'm not meant to be buying fabric for this quilt. It's meant to be a scrap quilt, but I'll hold my hands up. I love the cloudberry fabric. I adore it, and I absolutely love the bumbleberries blenders. Other blenders are available, but I like the bumbleberries. I think it's just the textural effect that you get from the bumbleberries. Now I'm driving back into York, and I'm going to go to Waitrose. I might actually see the front of the girls now. Oh great, Maggie. Why do you always have to do that when I'm trying to do a film with you on? They absolutely love this place. It's, as I say, Forestry Commission land with lots of little paths in. I mean, this one doesn't go to anywhere, but I will take them down here. We've gone down here. Have you gone down here before? We'll just go a little way. There's a nice little dike here, which is beautifully smelly and just what little dogs need. But as I say, half an hour now in the woods. Oh, it means the rest of the day sewing for me. Oh yes. Go on, who's going in that? Who's going in that? Who's going in? Oh, brilliant! Thank you very much. That's really useful. Really useful. I can't do that. Oh. Very good. Very good. At the end here is what we call the smelly pond. It's disgusting. Hello. Are you looking particularly proud of yourself? Oh my gosh, it's a bit higher. Oh goodness me. How can we point in the middle of water? I just love things like this. Dog-friendly zone. I thought I would try and throw a stick to Maggie. She is just down there. She won't bring it back. She never retrieves anything, but she might go for it. But it's really hard when I'm holding the camera and I'm holding a stick for school. She's funny. She's just been sat in there. I don't know why she is sat in there. I think it's quite warm for the girls at the moment because it's 15 degrees. So they are absolutely loving it. They quite happily spend the whole time here and nowhere else. Oh, you brought me some out, have you? Right, shall we go a bit further? Or is it this particular smelly bit of water that you like the best? Poppy? Hi, now then, back from Bugweeds, and I need to show you what I've got. But first of all, let me show you what I've done. I have taken apart that corner of the quilt. So now I have this square on its own, and just seeing it on its own, it makes me think this is the right thing to do. I've got these two ready to sew together, and I've got these two ready to sew together. Now, but what did I buy at Bugweed? So I'm going to turn the camera down so you can see. Now, Rebecca at Bugweeds, I love the way she wraps. It's old tissue from old patterns that are now out of print, and she always uses the strap of fabric that's obviously left over. And I'm really sorry, I just had to buy more of this, whether it be for masks, come on into focus, whether it be for masks or whether it be to go in this quilt, I really don't know. But then, let me see if I can get more into focus down here. Let's turn this around a little bit. Wrong one, let's turn it around like this. Down a bit more, there we go. Drop that one up. Everyone's tripods are different, aren't they? There we go. See if I can focus in. Oh, that's better, isn't it? So this is, and it's the textural effect that the Bumbleberries blenders have. Do you know, I've no idea who make them. Let's see if it's in the, it's Lewis and Irene. And I've got long thin quarters, which is good for me because I want to cut out strips like so, 2 centimeters wide, and then chop them into their lengths. 2 centimeters wide, 2 inches wide. So we have a lovely strong red, a lovely strong blue, a lemon, a grey, and a very pale green. Now, my main reason for going to Bugweeds today was to buy backing fabric. And what Rebecca sells is extra wide cotton to make your quilt back with. As if I open this up, it's 2.7 meters wide. My theory behind buying it now was that I could put the finished block pieces on it, like so. I could pin this one, once of course it's been ironed, I could pin this onto here, just to give me an idea as to how this thing is feeling. So if you bear with me, I'm going to put you onto time lapse. I'm going to sew the other bits together, and then I'm going to come back to you and pop these things out and look at my next colour blocks to go with it. Perhaps I ought to send my niece a message as well. I shall be back with you very soon. So I have put together 3, and I'm now just going to iron them. But before I do, while the iron heats up, I was just going to chat about the options tomorrow. Now I've got blenders, I can see that some of these that I put together, let's see if I can get that in a bit more. I can see, sorry, Maggie is determined she's going to eat, but she's not yet, that some of these that I put together don't really work because I now have blenders. And this beautiful little floral one here will go with the blender. And I've got this absolutely divine fabric that I've had, oops, for a while. If you're into quilting, it's a Tilda fabric. And that would go with either that one or it would go with the stronger one. Let me show you. Stronger one. There. And I've also got, you know, I've got this one here. There's a little bit of that, and there might be enough to do a block with the other dots. I found this was a blender that I got in Backstitch. Come on into focus, please. And I have this in my stash. Now that would go. I also have a lot of this, which could also go with one of the blenders. It may go with the very pale grey bumbleberries. They're going to come into focus. There it goes. It would go with the bumbleberries. I've got a very pale grey bumbleberry here. And if I slip that on. But likewise, I have a lot of this, which would also go with it. So what I'm going to do going forward is I'm going to finish these that I've done here, but I'm not going to cut loads out. I'm going to cut out what I need. And some of the ones that are sewn up, such as this one and these, I mean, they would work actually. I will keep that one together because that one does work. And another one I was going to take apart. See, I don't know whether I'll sew this one together. I might choose to use a different fabric with it. Because I've bought the same Cloudberry fabric yet again because I adore it so much. So I'm going to iron what I've got so far. The battery went. Let's just zoom you in a bit. And let's iron these up. Oh, you're okay, Maggie Waggy. Now, as I'm ironing, I'm going to tell you that my plans have changed for this evening already. I was going to be at home all evening, and about an hour ago I got a message from Melanie saying, we're having an Indian takeaway, would you like to come down? So I said, yes, that would be gorgeous, thank you. So I am going down to Melanie's, and I will enjoy the New Year's Eve celebrations with Melanie and her husband and her eldest daughter. Not her eldest daughter, her second daughter. The eldest one is at home because she is expecting number 2. So I've done these so that I can open out the seam allowances and iron them as flat as possible. If I don't get them perfect now, I will go through them again and re-iron them. I'm a bit of a fussy ironer when it comes to my sewing. There we go. I have got Maggie giving me the heavy breathing, the squeaking, the don't forget I'm here, I want feeding noises all the time. There we go. I'm actually just going to iron these quickly because I think there's one here that might need taking apart, even though the bits work together. I'm just going to give these a quick iron so we can get them down because I have not now got time on my side. Actually, I have to say, once you've ironed them flat, they're easier to open out. I think what I might do is open them out quicker. I might open them out sooner rather than later. There we go. And then the last one we've got is this one. Just going to stop there. I'll come back to ironing again. Now then, the exciting bit. Let me move all the fabrics that we don't need out of the way. Now you can see what I'm doing. Excellent, excellent. Oh, that's a lot better. Now you see, this one I think takes us into the oranges really nicely. But that may still need to be further down but it's looking nice. But I'm not happy with the way it's gone together at this point here. I wonder if I can just zoom in on that a little bit. I always take the view that if something's not gone together well when you're sewing it, if you're spending all this time making it, get it sorted. Just in here it pulls very slightly. There's a bit of ruched puckering, and I think I need to take that out and redo it. But that's a very easy job to do. Right. And then I was thinking these could work quite nicely here. It's quite a good idea having had this very large piece of material purchased, because it does mean that I can... Does anybody else have this? If you have a bent pin in your pin cushion and you've not taken it out, you end up with it, don't you? Time and time again. I'm going to try and bend... Oh, I bent it back. There you go. It's not a perfect one. For this, it's perfect. But I have very fine pins. Fine pins and fine needles. Got another bent one there. And then this one would go... Oh, what was that? That's my new rotary cutter. Look, it came. The same as Rachel's. I would hang it up so I don't use it on the rotary cutter hook. And then this one would go just there. Now, I like this. I'm not so certain about the pinks, and I need to go into the next colour. I can see me doing another scrap quilt type thing. Because the scraps I'm using, I've used some blenders that I had in and some that I didn't. But I really, really like that. So hopefully you can all see what I've achieved so far. Let me just pull the camera back a little bit more. That's as far as it will go out. Let me just pull it back this way. Oh. So you can see how I've achieved so far. Now, before I go today, I did have a request in the comments. A very quick close-up. So it says in the middle, 12 days of Christmas, and then it goes round. These do not come out very well, I'm so sorry. So you've got your partridge in a pear tree, 2 turtle doves, 3 French hens. If I come down to the next one, you've got 4 calling birds, then you've got your 12 days of Christmas thing, and then here 5 gold rings. And I'm going to stop there for a second and just move the quilt up. And this was, I think they're like 8-inch blocks. Do you know, I'm going to tempt you. I'm going to leave it at this line. So here we've got 6 geese are laying, and then just a lovely Christmas wreath that I saw on the embroidery, and then 7 swans are swimming. Now, as 2021 draws to a close, I would like to wish you all, from my family to your family, the happiest of 2022s. I wish you a lovely evening and a very happy new year, and I will be back tomorrow because I'm not, apart from my run first thing in the morning, my plans are to stay here and do some more squares in pink. Until then, I'll see you later. Happy New Year! Goodbye!